All right, subscribers, welcome back to another episode of Science with Surback. Today what we're going to work on is some extra temperature conversion practice. So remember in notes we converted from degrees Celsius to Kelvin and vice versa, from Kelvin to degrees Celsius. So we start out here on this front side here, and it says we have these values reported in degrees Celsius, but we want to convert them to Kelvin. So what we have to remember is this. The formula that we're looking for here is our Kelvin temperature, K for Kelvin, is equal to our degrees Celsius temperature plus 273.15. So in problem 1A here, we have 54 degrees Celsius. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to plug these values into our equation. So our Kelvin temperature, K, we don't know yet, is equal to our degrees Celsius temperature, which is given at 54 degrees Celsius. And what we do to that degrees Celsius temperature is we add 273.15. And we plug this into our calculator. So we have 54 plus 273.15. We press enter, and our Kelvin temperature here is 327.15 Kelvin. Now, I want to point out this. Kelvin, when we express our Kelvin temperature, there is no degree symbol here. It is just a big K for Kelvin. All right, I need you to do the remaining problems on this sheet. So problems 1B all the way through problems 1J. Now, on all of them, you will be adding 273.15 because all of these temperatures here on the remaining problems of this side are listed in degrees Celsius. Let's turn our attention to page 2, which does the opposite process. It goes from Kelvin to degrees Celsius. So in this part right here, again, we have a formula associated with this part. And so to go from Kelvin to degrees Celsius, we have our degrees Celsius temperature is equal to our K for Kelvin temperature minus 273.15. So on our problem 2A, we are just going to insert the values that we have and solve mathematically accordingly. Okay, so our degrees Celsius temperature is what we are trying to solve. So degrees Celsius is equal to our Kelvin temperature, which is given in problem 2A at 32 Kelvin. So we write down 32 Kelvin. And our formula says we need to subtract 273.15. Okay, so I'll get out the calculator here, and I'll take 32 minus 273.15. Okay, we get a value in our calculator of negative 241.15. Now, this is degrees Celsius, so you need the degree sign along with the big C for capital Celsius. Now, again, we have to remember here, you may think that's a really negative number, but remember, 0 Kelvin is what we call absolute zero, where that motion stops or is thought to stop. And so that is a really cold temperature, and so a big negative number makes sense for a Kelvin temperature that is close to 0. Now, I need you to do problems 2B through 2J, as well as problems 1B through 1J to complete the rest of this worksheet. Hope you have enjoyed this episode, and as always, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe.